So Kikkerush is a Belgian company active in the whole of Europe in the world of merchandise. What does that mean, a merchandise solution? Well, basically we start from the brand strategy of our customers, and from there we listen to their brand strategy. We develop some creative ranges of products for events, for campaigns that they're running, for the daily merchandise. And we source those objects in the most sustainable way possible. And from there we manage the logistics and the distribution of those objects for the whole of Europe. I think the tool is pretty suited for smaller companies and exactly fitted to what our requirement is. And the fact that we could choose the different modules enabled us to actually start with the first building block and then start to extend that in terms of the flow.
Before implementing Odoo, we were having multiple ERP systems. We were working on multiple tools. Also, it means that people had to work within different systems, to be trained on several systems, to find information within different systems, and it was a big challenge to maintain. Further, we have a big warehouse, as you can see over here, and WMS system was not linked to our ERP system.
Well, typically small companies like us are still agile, but we still have our issues in terms of consistency, communication amongst the teams. We are growing, so we need to be scalable. So having Odoo as a partner is actually an opportunity for us to integrate the flow of the whole company. So basically, Kikkerush, that's about 80 people. We are now boosting and servicing about 1,000 customers globally, and we are growing. So in that context, Odoo is very important because it made us very scalable. The fact that we had one standard tool, one standard way of working has enabled us to grow and develop our company.
Odoo really impacted our business in terms of collaboration and communication. It really helped people to communicate and save a lot of time in terms of managing projects and to interact with each other. It also helped us to have a full overview from the moment an order is made up to the delivery. So we really have a full overview about what's going on and also in the middle of this chain. We use really Odoo as the backbone of our organization. And so we have on one side the business side, and then we also use it for internal applications. So if we look at the business applications, we have first of all the project, sales, purchase, inventory, and so on. If we look at the internal use, we have more HR related, so fleet management, time off, e-learning, and so on. Let's take the example that the client would like to have branded merchandise for the World Cup. Within Odoo, in the project module, we will create a project for this client, come up with a design, and send out the quotation. When the client would like to proceed, we will confirm the sales order, a purchase order will be created, and we, the supplier, can start with purchase order. Production will be followed, and shipment will be done by the supplier. Here, within the warehouse, we will be expecting the inbound based on the schedule dates in Odoo. We will put everything into the right location within the warehouse and scan the items so we are sure where the item is located. The item will be put on a web shop, and a client, a customer, happy customer that would like to have a scarf from the World Cup can go onto the web shop and order this. The order will be transmitted in automated flow into the warehouse. In the warehouse they can pick the item and ship it towards the client. Client is happy. Last step that we will do in Odoo is to send the invoice straight away to the client, and we can follow it up in Odoo. Odoo is a great asset in terms of communication because there is a direct chatter in each module. When you have an issue on a PO, on an SO, on a product, you can tag the person who you want to question about it, and it helps us to save unnecessary emails.
So what we like most in Odoo is that it's pretty flexible. We're actually too small to go and create our own system, gas industry. So we want to have an off-the-shelf tool that we adapt to our own requirements. And Odoo is actually pretty flexible into that. We take the modules and we implement what is needed and what is good for us in order to have the right flow.
Hello, can you hear me? Thank you. Hello everyone, I would like to welcome you to the world of branded merchandise. My name is Henri. I'm Chief Operating Officer at Kick and Rush. And since you just saw the introduction video, you now know a little bit more about what we do at Kick and Rush. But I'm going to take the time to explain you a little bit more about how we use Odoo and how did we get there. So, the person on this slide has the merchandise of a very cool brand on her mind. But so the question is, how do we get the branded merchandise on top of the mind of your fan base in the most efficient way possible? Now, to fully understand our end-to-end solution, I propose to do a short exercise. So imagine that you're a racing fan, and you're lucky enough to attend the 24 Hours of Le Mans. And of course, while you're there, you want to support a winning team, which in our case is going to be Toyota. As a Toyota fan, a dealer or a stakeholder, of course, you want to show your support to their number one racing team and to their brand. So we at Kick and Rush, we help bring Toyota their merchandise to their dedicated fan base, to their stakeholders. Toyota won Le Mans, they got the fans, they got the loyalty, they just need that platform to connect with them. And that's where a flexible webshop solution comes in very, very handy. We make their merchandise fully accessible by offering over 1,000 products with a unique item for every occasion. From winning Le Mans to the launch of their new Corolla Cross collection. But Toyota is not alone. There's actually other cases in which a flexible webshop solution comes in very handy. So let's say that you have a network of branched fuel stations and you want all your employees to have access all the time to the right uniforms in the right size. That's what we did for TotalEnergies. Or you have a new hire, a new dealer, and you want to welcome them with a branded anti-theft backpack. You can order it on the Daikin promo shop. Or you want a safe and secure environment where your fan base can order your model scale fighter jets. That's what we're doing for Dassault Aviation. Or, last but not least, you want to promote a healthy lifestyle by promoting sporting gear to your employees. An example is As They Works. But just like some of the greatest webshop clients here, there's many more. Today, we manage over 55 live webshops in Europe. And did you know that branded merchandise platforms do not only ensure brand consistency, it also enables cost control for your management and procurement departments. For some of our clients, the webshop can even be seen as a profit-generating tool, meaning our clients generate profit out of the business that we do for them. As simple as it might seem to run a branded merchandise platform, it actually comes with a lot of complexities. It includes customer satisfaction, on-time delivery, international trade, multi-currency, Brexit, COVID, Incoterms, server management, security, hacking, etc., etc. And the only way to run this as an efficient, sustainable business is by actually having a rock-solid IT structure. And that is where Odoo comes in. The major part of our IT structure is covered by Odoo. Odoo is really the backbone of our operations. So let's say that our business is organized in 5 pillars. And we take this little doll from Toyota, obviously, as an example. Well, obviously, this doll needs to be designed and created. So that means that we need to create a digital proof, that the client needs to approve it. A lot of people need to collaborate on that. And then once that's done, it goes to sales and purchase. We need to request prices to our customers. We need to issue, prices to our suppliers. We need to issue purchase orders. We need to make quotes to our customers, issue sales orders. We have different levels of pricing. Purchase price to the customer, landed cost for the inventory valuation, sales price on the web shop. We have the production to follow up, the shipment to follow up. And then at some point, this little doll comes into our warehouse. In our warehouse, it needs to be counted, scanned to the right location, quality checked, replenished. Maybe there's some issue on the product. We need to do a claim to the customer. We need to pick, pack, ship to our end customer of the web shop. And of course, everyone needs to get paid. So in the finance module, we issue invoices, we receive invoices, we manage the payments, etc. In the end, this cute little doll will end up on a web shop, and we need to make sure that there's sexy descriptions because, well, we want that you as a customer, you buy this doll. Well, this entire chain for us is our core chain and is entirely managed in Odoo. This is our core business, but most importantly, customer satisfaction sits at the key of Kick and Rush, and the only way to ensure customer satisfaction is cross-team collaboration. Now, before Odoo, every team was working in his own silo, in his own tool, in his own environment. And so when there was an issue, well, someone had to ask someone else to log in the system and send an email with a reference that we couldn't find back somewhere else, etc., etc., etc. Well, today, if our after-sales department gets a question about an order that is not delivered, well, they just as easily they go into Odoo, they see what the warehouse did on that order, because same screen, same logic, they can see what the warehouse team did. Oh, well, maybe the order left too late. Maybe there wasn't enough stock. Maybe there was a communication done. And not only that, but instead of sending out an email referencing to something difficult, it just straight goes into the chatter of Odoo. Well, hey, look, this transfer, this invoice, please, Caroline, can you update this? Pierre, can you update that because this is wrong? And this hugely increased cross-team collaboration and as such, the customer satisfaction. Now, this was not done alone. So in order to achieve all of that, and I think one of the most important decisions that we took is to partner up with a rock-solid Odoo implementator. If there's potential Odoo customers in this audience, I would advise you to really think through which implementator you're going to use, because for us this has been a key in making this project successful. The flexibility and the all-round knowledge of Koleos ensured that today we have an Odoo that is close to the standard, yet customized where it needed to be. If you want to know more about Koleos, they have a booth here on H1, so feel free to pay them a visit. But next to that, also, this was not done in one day. So when I came to office in 2020, we were running on 3 different ERP systems. We had 4 different warehouse management systems on 4 different warehouse locations and running 15 different versions of Magento 1 and Magento 2 as our e-commerce solution. So first, in 2021, we focused on reducing the ERP from 3 solutions to 1. So we chose fully for Odoo. But not only that, we also implemented 1 warehouse management system. Went from 4 to 3 in 2021. I'm going too fast here. We went to 3 warehouse locations and approximately 8 Magento versions, to then today 1 Odoo ERP, 1 fully integrated Odoo warehouse management system on 2 different locations. So one is in Waver, so next time you're in Walibi on the roller coaster, please give us a wave. And the other one is located in the north of France. And today we're fully on 1 Magento version, the latest version of Magento 2. Now, as you can see, we went from a very complicated IT landscape to quite streamlined one. And whereas Odoo is definitely the backbone of our operations, it's not our only tool. We decided for some specific tools that we need to go outside of Odoo. The most important one being Magento. So, considering that webshops are at the center of our organization and that we manage over 55 of them, we decided to go to Magento as being the tool, plus the fact that we were in need of some very advanced features, and the fact that we needed to integrate with some of our client systems. It makes it sometimes easier to do it via an intermediary software than to your core system. But Magento, well, besides Magento being capable of tackling very specific company needs, like working with POs, budgets, order approvals, etc., it's not the only tool that we decided to integrate with Odoo. So next to Magento as being our e-commerce solution, today we are also working with HubSpot for everything which is online marketing, targeted marketing, CRM, ticketing, and lead generation. We use ClickSense for our internal and external reporting. So that means that our customers, our webshop customers today, have access 24/7 to a 360 view of their webshop. And we use Transmart as intermediary software between our setup and partners like DHL, TNT, bpost. So that means that we only had to integrate once with the software, and that they do the integration for the different providers. Now, although we use those other tools, I want to stress the fact that Odoo is the real backbone and the real master data system of our entire landscape. Even though we use Magento as being our e-commerce platform, because for some very specific reasons, Odoo has a master data, and Odoo actually pushes much of the data to the Magento storefront. What I think is a great story of the slide that you see behind me is that Odoo actually allows for integrations, for easy integrations where needed. And it allows Kick and Rush to easily choose for alternative solutions where actually it was needed in our case. Now, what set us up for success? First of all, and I mentioned it, was the choice of the integration partner. The fact that they think along and are flexible, and they have a huge speed of deployment in the solutions that we ask them to implement, and the all-round knowledge was definitely a plus for us. Now, the fact that Odoo is a very complete solution is also a big plus. It covers many of our needs, it's an easy environment to work on, and like I said before, it has a strong collaborative environment where you can easily chat, communicate with people, and where you can share screens. And last but not least, our request was to stay as standard as possible, but however, we have the possibility to customize and integrate other tools where possible. Now, success factors lead to positive consequences. Today, I'm very happy to see that we are in a very comfortable position to prepare for the migration for version 17. I know that we're here today for version 16. We're going to skip that version. We are preparing actually the works by decreasing our temporary customizations, so by cutting out code that we set up temporarily, but we're going to remove it. And we're also going to evaluate the further increase of usage of Odoo, because maybe version 17 has more features, like we saw today, and maybe we don't need the reporting software anymore. Maybe we don't need HubSpot anymore, and maybe the new features can cover exactly that what we need. So that is an exercise that has started. Second is a huge level of adoption and collaboration. The fact that Odoo covers so much of our needs, we have a one tool for all and a one way of working policy, meaning that everyone within our company somehow works with Odoo. Meaning that it's very easy to collaborate because everyone understands each other's screens to a certain degree. If we want to relocate people from one department to another, it's actually quite easy because the flow is the same, the screens are the same, and of course this greatly reduces our costs for training and development. And last, today I'm very proud to say that we have a scalable machine, and as such that we are ready for the future, we're ready to grow. We have, thanks to everything that I just said, efficient key processes that allow us to do huge exercises on cost reduction and process improvement, and actually that makes us ready to grow even more. So before we go to the Q&A, if you want to know what it takes to join the world of branded merchandise, we have a booth, I think it's number B2. So please come and visit us to ask your questions, and I would thank you all for listening. Thank you. Are there any questions? Okay, well, you know where to find us. Oh, sorry.
Which version are you?
We're currently on version 13.
Could you elaborate on how many, like, what effort was to implement all that? Like, how many people are involved?
How many people? So when I joined the company in 2020, it was actually as a result of a merger that made sure that the company grow by 100%. So we doubled. So that had a huge impact on processes and implementation, etc. From then until now, I would say, Jamie, a team of 2 or 3 persons? No, 2 persons. Yes. 3 persons, I would say close to full time during 2 years to implement all of this. Again, we had to migrate 55 webshops. We did the migration of both ERP, Magento shops, WMS, so we did a huge amount of effort at the same time. We had to. So that also, I mean, that led to the fact that of the effort that we did. Other questions? Thank you very much. We're at booth B2. If you want to have more information about our services or how we work with Odoo, you know where to find us. Thank you.